Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are going to take a look at the tentative January 2025 calendar preview. The information in this video is put together by a couple of our fellow content creators, Elioti and Burks G, so shout out to them and thank you for allowing me to use your content in this video. They put a lot of time and effort into compiling the information, and then Burks G putting together the graphics for this calendar. So thank you for all the work you do for that. And I do want to give a disclaimer that this is very much a tentative preview of the January 2025 calendar. It changes several times throughout the course of the month. Most of the time it's just the featured heroes that change, so just be aware of that. But in this video, we're going to be taking a look at each week one at a time. We're going to be taking a look at each portal that will be coming out and which featured hero is currently scheduled for each of those portals. We're also going to talk about which portals you should be potentially spending gems on and which ones you should not be spending gems on. Before we get into that calendar preview though, real quick, if you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you can see my future videos. So in the very first week of January, we have a lot going on, and we just finished up 3 portals with the War of Three Kingdoms, Valhalla Forever, and the Untold Tales 2 portals. So those just finished on the 31st, and Santa's Challenge also just ended as well. So this video is coming out on December 29th. The Santa's Challenge is available through the 31st. If you have not already finished that, make sure that you do. In the legendary section, there are 2 4-star Ascension items that you can get for free without the pay side, so make sure that you finish the legendary section. For the War of Three Kingdoms portal, there is the new costume for Lu Bu. There is a couple repeat costumes for Guan Yu and Sun Quan. Personally, I feel like those 3 costumes are probably of the lesser desired ones compared to ones that have come out, like Costume Dia-chan, Costume Zhu Liang, and also Costume Cao Cao. I feel like those 3 are the best ones that have come out so far for the War of Three Kingdoms family costumes. For Valhalla Forever, that's something that comes out every single month. I would not spend gems on that for sure. We've got Sam and Loki, Balder, and Thor currently featured in that portal. And then for the Untold Tales 2 portal, there is a new hero called Andvari. There's a couple repeat ones, Dular, Fuller, and Region. The new blue hero for Untold Tales 2 doesn't seem too exciting, but the purple and red ones are very good. So that could be a portal worth spending gems on if that's something that you were looking for. The purple and red heroes are on a lot of people's defense in the top 100 for global raids, so that is something to be taken into consideration. On December 31st, we've got the Wilderness Summon coming back into the game with a new red hero, Isidore. We have also got a couple repeat heroes with Isabel and Hrothgar. Hrothgar is not actually part of the Wilderness family. He's part of the Beowulf family, but he is being featured in the Wilderness Summon this time around. He is a very good hero, and all of the Wilderness family heroes have innate resistance to insanity, so that is definitely something to take into consideration if you are looking for heroes that can instantly resist insanity for those insanity wars. Personally, I know that is something I am looking at between those heroes and the Untold Tales 1 costumes, so that could definitely be a good portal to spend some gems on. Contest of Elements comes out on January 1st. We have a new red slime hero called Charmion, and we've also got Ignazio as the other featured hero. Ignazio has been in the game for quite some time, and quite a few people actually got him at the last Soul Exchange. So definitely interesting that he is currently a featured hero in this Contest of Elements portal. I don't know if that might change. I guess we'll have to wait and see when that actually comes out. On January 2nd, we have the Ninja Tower coming back. We've got 1 new purple hero called Satsui, and then we've got 2 repeat heroes at Chikao and Malam, who are both really good heroes. A lot of people really like the Ninja Tower portal because of the fact that all of the new ninjas have that 50% minion health for all enemies. Definitely very useful, especially against those heroes that have like 4,000 health, so their minions get like 1,500 or 2,000 health, so quite a big difference when you take that into consideration. We have an Ascension Summon on January 3rd, and then the Legendary Troop portal for this coming time around is going to be Monk and Sorcerer. There's also the Druid Masterclass quest on Friday the 3rd, and a couple other emblem quests on the 1st and 5th. And if you are short on Tome of Tactics, then you can get a free Tome of Tactics on Wednesday, January 1st. Make sure you do not miss your opportunity for that. And lastly, before we move on to the following week, we have a new hero of the month, Zed. He is a purple dark hero, so when he actually comes into the game, I will do a hero review on him so we can completely break him down. But definitely some really good portals for this first week. The Wilderness Summon, the Untold Tales 2, and Ninja Tower are definitely my top 3, with Contest of Elements probably slightly behind them. But Wilderness Summon is probably where I am going to do a 10 times pull for this first week. I really would like to get more heroes that resist Insanity for when we get back to Insanity War, which I think is in about 6 weeks at this point right now. Moving on to the second week, we will have already started the Tremors of Underwild event, where we've got costumes Zenobia, Passaportout, and Lepiota. I would definitely stay away from spending gems on that portal, obviously. And we've also got the Astral Plane coming back on Monday the 6th. We've got one new hero, Megwin, and Salnus as a repeat hero, but they just came out last month. We've got these Astral Dwarves that are now in the game, so that's pretty cool. And remember, with the Astral Plane portal, you get 2 5-star heroes like you do with the Goblin portal. The pull rates are very low though, so that's something you definitely need to take into consideration depending on how many pulls you do. If you don't do a lot of pulls and spend a lot of gems on pulls, then I would probably stay away from that Astral Plane event. We do have another Limit Break treasure quest on the 6th as well. There's going to be a pickup summon starting on the 7th with currently Februs and Guardian Kong as the featured heroes. On Wednesday the 8th, we have the Fire Omega Limit Breaker quest. Make sure you do not miss that opportunity to get your free Fire Limit Break items. And on the 9th, we have 2 really good portals coming into the game. One is a brand new portal called Shadows of the Deep. This portal is going to have all of the heroes that inflict insanity on other heroes. So if you are trying to get any of those heroes that have been featured as secret heroes in the past, this is your opportunity. They are now coming back into the game with their own portal called Shadows of the Deep. Currently, there's Dolores, Zavinia, and Wolfstan as the featured heroes. When this portal was first announced that it was coming out, I believe that they mentioned that the cost of doing a 10 times pull was going to be more expensive than a normal portal. So keep that in mind if you're looking for a portal that is going to be 2,700 to 3,000 gems for a 10 times pull. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be closer to 4,000 gems, but we're going to have to wait to see when that portal comes in to see what it actually looks like. And then on that same day, we've also got the Untold Tales 1 portal with a new costume for Persa being featured along with Domi Ventus and Atlantia. Remember that all of the Untold Tales 1 costumes have innate resistance to insanity. So if you pull any of those costumes, they automatically block insanity, so keep that in mind. Personally, I really want costume Domi Ventus. I was not able to pull him last time around when he was featured. Hopefully, I can pull him this time. I guess we'll have to wait and see. There's also an Ether Summon coming into the game on the 9th as well, and the Tavern of Legends coming back on Friday the 10th. This time around, we'll have Nogu as the featured hero, plus you get to pick 2 of the older costume heroes that you want. Personally, I definitely would not spend gems on Tavern of Legends. It's been a very long time since we've seen a new hero in that portal. I think Mistra was the last one that came out in that portal. Really wish they would come out with a new one, or a new costume for an older hero would be even better, actually. So personally, for me, this week, the Untold Tales 1 is definitely the portal to pull from. I'm probably going to stay away from Shadows of the Deep. The Insanity heroes are a little wonky where they give insanity to yourself, so I don't know if I'm going to pull them. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see, but definitely the Untold Tales 1. I'm probably going to do a 10 times pull on that portal. And on Friday the 10th, we have the Wizard Masterclass emblem. We also got a couple other emblem quests, of course, on Wednesday the 8th and Sunday the 12th. And moving on to the following week, we do have a Path of Valor and Path of Giants refresh starting on Monday the 13th, along with Atlantis coming back on the 13th as well. Definitely not a portal you want to spend gems on. This is a repeat portal with no heroes that are too exciting in my opinion. We have the Costume Changer scheduled to come back on Tuesday the 14th. Definitely interesting because it would have only been about 3 weeks since we had the last costume chamber come out. So hoping that doesn't get pushed back, because that is one of my favorite portals, especially with the new glass costumes coming out. And we have a new costume, Kagan, coming into the game. He was one of the ones that always eluded me when I tried to get him for his Toon costume, so hopefully I can pull him. I do hope that they change the other featured hero, because Richard was featured last time. Personally, I was actually able to pull him, so I would love to see a different costume featured, like Aslar or Sartana. They came out last month, but they weren't featured, so I would hope and expect actually that that will change to either Sartana or Aslar for the other featured hero. More than likely, probably Sartana, so that they don't have two featured red heroes for that one portal. We also have the Challenge Festival coming back on Thursday the 16th. Currently, it's showing Astrid, Bonzo, and Costume Dark Lord as featured heroes. Those are not going to be the featured heroes. I can almost guarantee you that. There may be one of them be there, but this is just a placeholder for the featured heroes until we find out who the new ones coming out will be. But would definitely be nice to see a couple more bards come back into the game, and if we can get some new costumes for some of these older heroes, that would be great. Also, on the 17th, we have Goblin Village coming back with Shimmer Scale and Fergus as the featured heroes. Two really, really good goblins. And then we've got Valhalla Forever. That's another portal you want to stay away from, unless if you got the free Valhalla tokens, but I would not spend gems on that. That's another repeat portal that comes back every month. For this week, Costume Chamber is definitely number one for me if I'm spending gems on any of these portals. Challenge Festival, definitely an interesting one as well, but I would stay away from anything else. Goblin Village is great, and you get two of them, but again, that's another portal that has that 0.5% pull rate for legendary heroes, and I think 0.4% for featured heroes. So definitely very, very low rates for those pulls. Moving on to the following week, we've got a couple portals starting on Monday the 20th. We have Contest of Elements, where Yellow will be featured, and Judgment of Dunes coming back with Costume Marasank as a new costume. We've also got two other repeat ones with Costume Mayat and Costume Hather. Out of the seasons 2, 3, 4, and 5 portals, this is the best out of them in my opinion, especially because the costumes have the 100% passive. So those are very useful, and that portal just has better heroes in my opinion compared to the season 2, 3, and 4. There is a Covenant quest scheduled on Monday the 20th. Remember, that's just the actual quest. That is not the portal, so we will not be able to pull from the Covenant portal that time around. And then on the 23rd, we have Moths coming into the game. These heroes are going to be the first in the game that can give Mega Fiends to their enemy. Two out of these featured heroes give a Mega Fiend to their enemy, Grovevert and Mortowitch. The final release of them has not been issued, obviously, by any means. We probably won't get that until actually Thursday the 23rd, but the beta version of Grovevert is a fast speed mana that gives a Mega Fiend that needs 70% health to be able to clear that Mega Fiend. That is a lot of healing. And then Mortowitch is a slow hero that gives a Mega Fiend that has 80% health needed to be able to clear that Mega Fiend. So that is a lot of healing for those Mega Fiends. So definitely going to be interesting to see how those play out in the game. For the Yellow Contest of Elements, Grilka and Ironmoor are just placeholders here right now. Those are not going to be the featured heroes. We may see one of them, but we should definitely see at least one new hero for that Contest of Elements portal. For the rare quest this week, we do have your opportunity to get a free tabard on Wednesday the 22nd. We've got the Paladin Masterclass Emblems quest on Friday the 24th, and then the couple other emblem quests on Wednesday the 22nd and Sunday the 26th. So not a ton going on this week, but we do have the Night of the Moth event. I'm definitely curious to see what that looks like for this new Alliance quest. Moving on to our final week of the month of January, we do have the Lunar New Year starting on Monday the 27th. That is a shorter portal. You're only going to have until February 13th to do the quest event when that comes into the game, so make sure you get that done quickly. There are two new featured heroes coming into the game with that, with Xiao King and Bashu. On the 27th, we also have a new Path of Dragons starting. Personally, that doesn't really interest me that much, but maybe for some of you it does. And we've also got the Untold Tales 2 event that started on Sunday the 26th. It will finish on Wednesday the 29th. The 3 featured heroes right here are very likely to change. This is just a placeholder for those featured heroes. It's showing Regen, Ott, and Gander, but again, those are likely going to change. Tremors of Underwild starts on Monday the 27th as well. That's another portal you probably want to stay away from and not spend gems on. And then we've got the Holy variant treasure quest on Monday the 27th as well, so expect to be able to get some darts and probably a 5-star limit break item in that quest. On January 30th, we've got the Astral Plane coming back, currently showing Moonbell and Lemonwood. Again, these are placeholders for those featured heroes. We're probably going to see some new Astral Dwarves when this comes back around. War of Three Kingdoms will be coming back on Thursday the 30th as well. So curious to see who the new War of Three Kingdoms costume hero will be coming out for that. And then for the rare quest this week, you can get a free Damascus Blade on Wednesday the 29th. We've got the Ranger Masterclass Emblem quest on Friday the 31st, and the other regular emblem quest on Wednesday the 29th and on Sunday, February 2nd. So definitely a lot of exciting stuff coming in January 2025. Very curious to see how these new Mega Fiends from the Night of the Moth Alliance quest portal come into play. We are going to have to see how that goes. If I were to pick a top 3 portals to pull from for the month of January, I'd probably go with the Wilderness Summon, the Untold Tales 1 portal, and the Night of the Moth portal. Personally, I feel like those 3 at least would benefit me the most. Obviously, you have to take a look at what's going to benefit your roster, but I want more heroes that resist insanity, and then these Mega Fiends are very interesting. I would love to pull one of them, especially that fast Mana Speed 1 Grovert. Let me know what you guys are excited about this month and which portals you will be pulling from, but that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button, make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.